what inspires you. There's a lot of language and like messaging out there that's like, hey, you got to write a book now. Like you have to build your empire like today. And everyone's like, now's the time. But it's important to like step back and take stock of like where you are and like really be mindful about where you want to go. I'm Kristle Marshall. I am a graphic designer, illustrator, and lettering artist. And right now I'm working from home, but typically I work with Lauren Hom in her studio. But I'm so grateful that my family and friends have all been healthy, and the time is very weird. Like the experience of time passing, it's just like it's one long day, but one really fast long day. And like I can't believe it's almost August and we've been doing this for so long. But one of the things that I've done for myself to keep my productivity up and going is just to maintain the same routine that I would have had if I were going to work physically. So I still get up early. I still most days get dressed, like not every day, but most days, like I put on an outfit like I'm going out. Make my breakfast. Like I'm pretty regimented, but it's really helped me like stay on course throughout the pandemic. One thing I would say is like adopting a morning ritual, like whatever you need to do to get your mind prepared for the day, like whether it's reading, writing, sketching, just make an appointment with yourself to do that thing in the morning. Another thing I would say is just time is very relative right now. So even though I live a very regimented quarantine life, I think it's also important to take stock of your mental health and allow yourself to wander. Like if it's not working at this hour, like getting things done, then take a break. There seems to be a huge shift towards remote work, like remaining beyond the pandemic. I've been seeing a lot of news and talk about that. Like, I guess a lot of companies are realizing that, hey, we don't all have to be going to work every day. And so I'm interested to see in what capacity that's adopted. I think there are benefits to going to work. Like, I miss going to work, so I wouldn't want to like be permanently remote. Even though I was when I was freelancing, things are happening a lot slower than usual. That like when the deadline comes, people are like, "Oh my gosh, like we need art and we need it like at the end of the week," and you're like, "I can't do that," you know. So it's just like things are moving really quickly. And I think it's due to people sort of regrouping and trying to figure out how to navigate this time. I'd mostly say do what inspires you. There's a lot of language and like messaging out there that's like, hey, you got to write a book now. Like you have to build your empire like today. And everyone's like, now's the time. But it's important to like step back and take stock of like where you are and like really be mindful about where you want to go. Some people, it's different for everyone. Some people need to recharge during this time, and I think that's very much okay. Creatively recharging is so important, and making sure you're making deposits like Jake Parker is an illustrator that has like a video about the creative bank account where it's just like if you're not pouring into your creative bank account, at some point you're gonna overdraft. You're not gonna have anything to give to the world. So I do think making sure that you are doing things that inspire you, looking at things that inspire you is important, but also like really driving to figure out and unpack why you make what you make, and what your new, if you have to pivot, what your new mission is going to be moving forward. My motto is just to keep showing up. Like I said, like word of mouth is a big thing. So if you create things that you love and you put your all into it and you put it out into the world, like the sharing part is so important. If you keep sharing your work, like people will find it. Earlier in the pandemic, I didn't have as many people following my work. But through the course of the few months that have passed, I've gotten like a lot more followers and I've gotten a lot more inquiries. And I think part of that comes from like having something to share and having something to show when people send others to your page. I need to update my website. My website's not updated, but like keeping your website updated with current work, and like reaching out to people, staying connected to the community and like talking to one another. You never know who's going to think of you when something comes up. So just keep showing up every day. You can find me at Chris the Creative on Instagram. That's KRISTHECREATIVE. I run a project called This Is Not a Bill. It's a postcard project where I will send you a free postcard if you tell me something good that happens in your life.